Hello, my water signs. This is going to be your weekly energy reading for the week of March 30th through April 5th. I'm going to be reading with these decks here. If you want to know, which ones I'm working with, check the description box. I will list them there, as well as the timestamps. So if you want to just skip ahead to your sun, moon, or rising, you can go ahead and do so as well. But first, we're going to start the reading with the general energy reading. Okay, so for water signs, you guys have Two of Pentacles, Eight of Cups, Temperance. So water signs, this week kind of feels kind of impatient, rushed, unsure. There's a lot of doubts. There's a lot of doubts coming through. A Two of Pentacles with the Eight of Cups kind of tells me that some of my water signs are trying to figure out what their next move is. Okay, you're a little bit unsure with how you feel about the energy of a situation that's been taking place, perhaps. You're a little bit impatient. Some of you guys are just bored. Okay. Some of you guys are only focusing on the negatives, and it's getting to you. Like, where I'm seeing kind of some of my water signs are going to be going through some anxiety, some feelings of depression, and like a relapse with that. Okay. So that's something to kind of keep in mind. I would suggest having a plan ahead of time for, activities and things that you guys can do to kind of counterattack that depression, if it is something that might be creeping up. You guys also have the Temperance card coming up, which to me is usually a message of patience that needs to be taking place during this situation. But also Temperance is, to me, I think of Temperance as self-care. I think Temperance is like kind of energy healing, listening to, calming music, doing things, activities, just putting yourselves in a situation that is very calming and relaxing, water signs, because this is a lot of tension. This is a lot of like uncertainties and doubts that some of you guys will be going through. Okay. And some decision makings too. So some of my water signs, if you're not comfortable with making big decisions, or you don't really know the direction that you're headed, that could be a little bit unnerving. So I see that kind of popping up too. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with my Cancers. So Cancers, you guys have morning affirmations. Say positive affirmations each morning to open the gate of manifestation. Beautiful. That's definitely an activity that you guys can start participating in this week. Ask for help from others. Ask for help. Enlightenment. To me, I kind of see that as like receiving a download or receiving a message from spirit. You have Archangel Haniel, willpower, and Traveler, move in a new direction. Beautiful messages, Cancers. So Cancers, definitely an activity to kind of lighten the mood for this week is to start your mornings off. The way that you guys start your mornings off will dictate the rest of the week, the rest of the days. Okay. So starting the morning with a positive affirmation. Don't just jump on your phone and start looking at the news. That's the last thing you want to do. Okay. It's okay to tap into the news, but I would say maybe like stay away from the news at the very beginning of your day when you first wake up, and at the very end of your day when you're just about to go to bed. Don't look at the news. Just don't. Asking help from others is, to me, as a call for help. Some of my Cancers, if you guys are going through some stuff, if you're feeling anxiety or whatnot, don't hesitate to reach out to those friends and family members that you trust, right? It's really hard. It's lonely at times. I feel like when we're social distancing and stuff, we're not around our family and friends that we're used to. So if you're finding yourselves having difficulties being in isolation, I say reach out, right? Send a text message, FaceTime, write an email to somebody, especially if it's a long distance thing, to pour your heart out, right? There's nothing wrong with reaching for help. Willpower and moving in a new direction. Some of my Cancers might be deciding to kind of leave behind old habits, old ways of thinking, mindsets. That could also go hand in hand with the 8 of Cups, that you guys are just fed up with something, or a relationship that you're in, or you're just like tired of the direction that you guys are headed right now. And so change is on the horizon. You guys have the Hangman. So Cancers, putting yourself in new perspectives, trying to see all different ways, all different points of view in the situation, especially if you are the one struggling. We have the 5 of Wands coming up. So this could be competitiveness. This could be arguing. This could be manipulation. Just not getting along, butting heads with certain people. Okay. And then we have the 4 of Wands, which is the home life and stability and grounded. So Cancers, if you feel like you're kind of like at odds, like just like, you know, not seeing eye to eye with a certain somebody, you're looking for some positivity for your week. Like I said, the morning affirmations, shutting off the news morning and nights, you know, really changing your perspective, moving in a new direction, whether that is, you know, a literal moving or it is more of an energetic thing. So, you know, switching up your routines, switching up your habits, the things that you're eating, you know, the stuff that you have control over, Cancers. That's going to be a good way for you guys to kind of instill that willpower to get through the weeks, especially with that 5 of Wands. I see trouble. I see trouble, I see struggles, I see frustrations, you know, dealing with the same people day in and day out. Those of you guys who are living in a household full of people, that is not easy, right? With little to no escape. Okay, for my Scorpios. So Scorpios, you guys have alchemy. You have the Midas touch right now, and every project every project you begin turns to gold. So very good manifesting energies coming from Scorpio. Abundance, wow. So that definitely shows abundance in, you know, the projects that you're doing, the things that these ideas, maybe you guys, some of my Scorpios, you might be seeing social media growth in your accounts, change. So you're seeing the flow, you're seeing the shift in your energy this week. We have faith, Archangel Raziel, faith. And we have Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. So this is a week for my Scorpios to step up. This is a pumped week for you guys. This is a week of seeing abundance, seeing some of your hard work paying off, seeing some big shifts and changes taking place. It's going to require you guys, maybe some of you guys will have to make a decision between 2 pathways, and maybe that's what that 2 of Pentacles is saying, and you're going to pick the right path. The 8 of Cups, I would say, you know, Scorpios, if you're feeling on a good one this week, be very aware of objects, things, people, material, substances, anything that is an 8 of Cups, which can kind of get you back into that, you know, self-doubt kind of mode. So be very aware of the people you're talking to, the energy of the people you're talking to, you know, the environment that you're in. You don't want someone to rain on your parade. You guys have the King of Cups, so emotional stability, I see that as, okay? You're on a really good one this week. We have the 2 of Wands, which is that inner desire, that is that, you know, seeing the bigger picture, and definitely with hand in hand with a 2 of Pentacles, my Scorpios, you guys will be, you know, kind of deciding between the 2, and you will be successful with your decisions. And then the World card is seeing some endings, some finalities, some conclusions, right? Usually we have to see the conclusion take place before change. So really good week for my Scorpios. I feel like you guys are going to be just on a good one this week. I don't see anything negative popping up for you guys. So if anything, I would just say be very aware of the energies, the environment, the people that you invite in your space. Especially if you guys are on a good one, you really don't want something to be tampered with. You know, you don't want someone to kind of ruin that flow. And lastly, we have Pisces. So Pisces, time to move on. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can come in. Time to move on, Pisces. Unlikely. So this could, you know, indicate a simple answer that some of you guys might be placing on spirit this week. Something may not be quite what you want it to be, right? It's unlikely that it'll happen. It's unlikely that this is taking place. We have flow, going with the flow, the energy of your day-to-day. We have Archangel Michael, transmutation. So some of my Pisces will definitely be connecting with spirit, connecting with those, other realms. Some of my Pisces might be astral projecting when you don't mean to, when you're sleeping. We have Sage, be devoted and committed. Be devoted and committed to self, to your spiritual path, to other people, to the things going on around you. Pisces, when it says it's time to move on and it's unlikely, I feel like this is calling to some of you guys watching this, that there is a relationship that you are in, whether it's love or it's not, but there's a connection there that you're feeling like it's like you're holding on to the last bit of hope, and it's kind of like you're seeing that it's not moving in the direction you want to move, and maybe that Eight of Cups is guiding you to move on. Okay, if you're in a relationship dynamic or a friendship dynamic that is just exhausting, and it's just like taking more out of you than you know is right, this is an indication of moving on. So some of my Pisces may see some endings to some of their friendships and relationships around them. You guys also have the Two of Swords. I see this as protection, not a block. Okay, so Pisces, this is a week of protection. Put on those evil eye bracelets, charge those crystals for protection, black tourmaline, for example. This is a time to kind of block out any of the negativity, but I definitely see this as a strong protection mechanism, especially Pisces, if some of you guys are cutting off friendships or relationships. Okay, this is a powerful time to do so. Yep. Six of Swords too. You guys are leaving a treacherous, stressful, crappy situation and looking for peace. It's a definite indication to me, Pisces, that there's going to be a lot of you guys breaking free from, emotional, physical, spiritual discomforts. Okay. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, which I feel like once you get to the realm of, once you've broken free, you will see the abundance rain upon you. Okay. So definitely, Pisces, this is a definite indication to pay attention to, the people that are in your life and who's truly meant to be in your life and continue the flow of your future, and who's not. Who are you washing your hands of? Okay. I really feel strongly with that. There's abundance on the other side. So as as you guys transform, as you guys transmute, you guys connect with spirit, you'll start to see those synchronicities come through, Pisces. And you'll know exactly who this person is that you need to kind of cut ties with, right? Separate yourself, distance yourself from. Beautiful week, you guys, my water signs. Be positive, hang in there, and you guys will get through it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have questions, comments, concerns, please leave them below. Otherwise, I will see you guys here next week for next week's reading. Bye, loves.